Hello, I am back and I'm excited to discuss a topic that has been very present in my plant medicine ceremonies and integration sessions, and that is about past lives. So I feel like people get really excited about discovering their past lives, and there's a lot of people seeking past life regression. And it's very common for plant medicines such as ayahuasca or psilocybin to present information from past lives. There's also the ability to do Akashic Records readings and receive downloads about past lives that way. And I just want to share that, the having access to your past lives does not make you more enlightened or happier, more joyful. It doesn't really necessarily mean more advancement in any way. I believe that having access to your past lives or receiving a download about past lives only comes whenever it is a vital piece of information that will help you on your soul's path in this lifetime. So many of us, I definitely have had many past lives, and I have awareness of 4 of them. And these 4 are very, very prominent in my current lifetime and how they show up. And I'll share one of them to give an example of why I got access to it. And it was because I was having really, really strong emotional reactions to my dogs being sick or having injuries. And these reactions were massive. I mean, I was having really big meltdowns, and I was having this really big sense of oh my God, why do I have to go through this alone? They would always synchronistically happen whenever I was single. Something would happen to one of my animals quite frequently while me and my ex-husband were separating. And I was none of these times were my animals in a life-threatening position, but I was distraught. And of course, I've got a sweet mothering instinct in me, but it was bigger than the situation called for. And I ended up discovering just a few days after, of course, one of my little fur babies is hey. I discovered a few days after my other dog, Billy, hurt her wrist. And I had the same reaction, freaking out. I was bawling in the middle of the main road here in my village. And it was a few days later in a past life regression meditation that I received a remembrance of a lifetime where I was a man, I was a father, and I had a beautiful daughter. I was living in Malaysia, and my wife had passed. So I was a single parent, and I didn't have much financially. And so I realized after this remembrance, this vision, that, oh, wow, that's why I'm having this strong of reaction. It's triggering a past life trauma where I was a widow and where my partner, my co-parent, had passed away. And so this gave me a sense of softness and grace and compassion for how big my reactions were. And it also gave me this just sense of awe and awareness of holy shit, that's what's happening in reality. We're not only transmuting karma and trauma from this lifetime, we're also processing karma and trauma from past lifetimes. So the shit is advanced, guys. We're doing a lot here. If you're ever just ooh, why is life so hard? I mean, it's really a gift. It's really quite cool when you think about the interdimensionality of or multi-dimensionality of our existence and our life experience here. So yeah, I don't think that this download would have came through if it weren't pertinent to things that were being activated and needed to be cleared in this lifetime. I'm definitely doing a ton of karmic clearing in this lifetime. I believe it is my last lifetime. So I do believe that I'll probably have more remembrances of past lives. And yeah, but I also believe if you are being called to do a past life regression or Akashic Records reading, like this is your soul saying, hey, I think this my intuition is telling me this is where I might find more information in order for me to access my highest timeline and to be able to understand my spirit deeper and to be able to live a more full life and to welcome in the multi-dimensionality of our existence. And yeah, I think if you feel like you have the capacity to hold more awareness and you want to invite that in, then that's your spirit saying that that's something that's for you in this lifetime. And yeah, and if you don't know about your past lives, it may mean that you don't need to know them. It may mean that in this lifetime you are actually here to live a restful life. Maybe in your past life you actually had a really, really challenging lifetime and you did a lot of work, you had a lot of loss and grief or whatever it was, and so this lifetime you actually reincarnated to have an easeful life. And so this lifetime, it's not pertinent for you to know those things about your past life because you're actually getting to just rest from them. And you get to just be and you get to just experience being human without as much of the spiritual work and like digging and uncovering that a lot of us are going through. And yeah, and that's a gift, so embrace that. But if you want to know more about past lives or Akashic Records readings, please reach out to me. I do shamanic energy clearing and Akashic Records readings. And again, whenever I do Akashic Records readings, I only receive information from your higher self, for your higher self, that is pertinent and needed. It's interesting. I never say the word pertinent, but for some reason today it's pertinent. But I only receive what is necessary for your path. So some things we don't need to know. Some things would actually just cause more interference and more of like a storyline and distract from what's actually needing to be seen. But I would love to hear from you and receive feedback and any questions that you have around past lives and Akashic Records readings. And thank you for listening.